Well, I'm back. That's right. I'm here to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you the story about my hunting trip this weekend. Now, I'm out there hunting for what I don't know. I'm just tramping around in the woods with my shotgun. And I decided, it's lunchtime, time for lunch, time to take a break. So I sit down over there yonder ways by a pond, and I'm sitting there and I'm eating my sandwich, and I happen to see this fly flying about 6 inches above the pond, just flying and buzzing around there. And I thought to myself, hey man, it might be lunchtime for that fly too. If that fly would drop about 6 inches, get him some of that pond scum, he'd be doing all right. And when I was thinking that, I look over and I see a fish down there in the pond, and you know what he's thinking. He's thinking, man, if that fly drop him 6 inches, get him some of that pond scum, I'll jump up and get that fly. Yep, that's what he's thinking. You know it is. And I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. I got this thing. Oh, look at that. And I look over there, and I see a big black bear sitting over there, just all inconspicuous like. And you know what he's thinking? You got to know what he's thinking. He's thinking to himself, if that fly drops 6 inches, get him some of that pond scum, the fish jump up and get that fly, and I'd jump out there and get that fish. That's right. Now pay attention, stay with me, people. This story's got a moral to it, and you just might learn you something. Because now I'm thinking look at this whole situation right here. This is like the food chain of nature going on. And then I caught myself right in the middle of it, because I thought to myself, man, if that fly dropped 6 inches, give him some of that pond scum, that fish will jump up and get that fly, and that bear's going to jump out and get that fish. And guess what then? Then I'm going to shoot that bear. Now, granted, all I got's a shotgun, and I'm probably just going to piss him off, but I could shoot him. And, I'd do it. And, so I'm contemplating it. I just don't know if that's the smartest thing to do or not. And then I happen to notice this rat sitting over there looking all devilish like, just sitting over there by his tree, staring at my sandwich. And I know that's what he's staring at. I know it is. And so, you know what he's thinking, too. He's thinking if that fly drops 6 inches, get him some of that pond scum, that fish will jump up and get that fly, the bear jump out and get that fish. That dummy old hunter right there dropped that sandwich to shoot that bear with the shotgun. And I'll run up and jack up that sandwich. That's what he's thinking. And I was thinking, well, maybe I ought to just shoot that rat's what I ought to do. But, like the whole thing was flowing so well, and I could just see the whole chain going, and I didn't want to, throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing, and whoop, looky there. I happened to look right there past that rat, and guess what I saw? A cat. A cat. He's looking at that rat. Yep. And then I see him look over, and I know what's going through his head. He's thinking to himself, if that fly drops 6 inches, get him some of that pond scum, the fish will jump up and get that fly. That bear's going to jump out and get that fish. That dummy of a hunter's going to drop that sandwich to shoot that bear with a shotgun, and the rat's going to run up and be jacking up that sandwich, and I'm going to run up, and I'm going to tear that rat to pieces. 2 pieces. Not in 2 pieces, but 2 pieces. I'm going to tear him up. Because the rat, he don't play, and neither does that cat. And they both mean business, them two. And so, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking all this, and I'm looking, and lo and behold, guess what happens? The fly, he dropped 6 inches to get him some of that pond scum, and the fish jumped up to eat the fly, and the bear jumped out to get that fish. Well, I dropped that sandwich, and I shot that bear with my shotgun, which wasn't too bright, but that's another story about what happened after that. And then, I look over, and here come that rat running for my sandwich, and he gets my sandwich before I could get to it, and he's jacking it up, and he's tearing it apart. And here come that cat, hauling ass, running, here he comes, he's gonna get that rat. Oh! He tripped on a root and tumbled, and lands in the pond. Yep, land right there in the pond. You know what the moral of the story is, folks? If a fly drops 6 inches, a pussy gets wet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep, that's all again.